guys, welcome to another episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. It's me, your host, Oompaville, and we have our guest, Raymundo 2112, and also our other guest, like Muda, and another guest, Nux, today.
What is with the Donald Trump accent?
That's the Donald Trump accent? Hey guys, welcome. We've got Raymundo.
Raymundo, I don't know if I like the sound of that name.
The name, it's
sounds
terrible.
like someone from maybe over the border,
It's
but that's
terrible.
okay.
Where are you from, Raymundo? Don't answer that. It sounds like the guy from Independence Day as well, the president, and he's also from he's Skywalker, or not Skywalker. He's the dude from Spaceballs as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah. No, not Mel Brooks. Not Mel
He's
Brooks.
the only guy I know in Spaceballs.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Skywalker. I forget the actor's name. Let's see. Independence Day. The president in Independence Day.
That's a movie I've not watched in like a hot minute.
Yeah, no, me too. Both Spaceballs and Independence Day. I haven't seen.
I watched
that. You know the last Will Smith movie I've ever seen?
Gemini Man.
No, iRobot, dude.
That's a good movie though.
That's a good one,
dude.
That's a really
good movie.
I love that movie.
You know, it's really
I had such a
up.
Mandela effect. I had such a Mandela effect with that movie. I thought the city was Detroit the whole time until I watched it again, and I'm like, "What? Chicago? What the f is going on here?" I thought it was one of those like movies where they like resuscitate the Motor City after like industry kicks in, and I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But it got. The movie is actually great. It's like the last good like in Will Smith movie I've seen. Everyone keeps touting I Am Legend. I'm like, it's a cool movie and everything, but it ain't no iRobot, you know?
Yeah, iRobot's definitely better. I Am Legend's also really, really cool.
I feel like I Am Legend's better than iRobot. I love I Am Legend.
Dude, you know, every time I watch iRobot, I hate Elon Musk even more because he hasn't made the Tesla as good as his car. Dude, that guy took on fucking 300 robots fighting him in a highway by himself.
He did, true.
With an automated fucking car, dude.
It literally reinvented the wheel.
It did.
Yeah.
Right,
it was like a
like a ball.
His car,
that shit was
his
so cool.
Audi in the movie could detect 300 robots. My car can't detect one child in a school zone, dude.
Damn.
Cringe.
But yeah, have you guys seen those like Tesla bots? Those fully automated robot powered AI things? I saw that, and the first thing that came to mind was iRobot. Just all right.
Did you see
that's predictive
Did you see
programming.
there's a Boston Dynamics dog robot with a flamethrower attached to it now?
Oh my god! Of course there is. Why the hell wouldn't
I
there be?
I woke up and I saw a video of it. And like right under it, somebody sent out like a Flipper Zero code. It's like just to shut these things off. If you ever see that,
I heard a rumor they'd be on sale for $9,000.
Wait,
that's not too bad.
AI dog flamethrowers?
The dog flamethrower thing.
Bro, okay, for $9,000, that ain't bad.
Dude, tax write-off.
Hey, I mean, listen, the cops are already using those over in my beautiful city of New York. There's robot dogs in use. There's those. They have these like giant like police robots who go around the subway stations, and they're kind of like massive R2D2s with cameras all over them, and they don't really do anything.
Bro,
but
honestly,
they're
the
there.
NYPD, how expensive of a police force do you have when you got Boston Dynamics as a freaking
No, I
partner?
know.
What
It's genuine. Well, we got the freaking the National Guard also in our subways, which is
Baller.
absurd.
How
horrifying.
fucked up are the subway systems in New York when you're?
I don't know. Listen, I've never experienced any subway crime on my 19 years of life being in this city. Never, not once. But hey, I mean, it's happening clearly.
Yeah, but you got police robots and shit, dude.
We got police robots.
You got some cyberpunk dystopian shit going on in your city.
It's genuinely insane. I don't know what's going on.
So it's been a while since we've had you on here. What kind of holes have you been uncovering on the internet? What kind of shit have you been finding right here on this platform we upload to?
I've realized, it's kind of crazy because once you think that you've like seen everything, something else pops up and it's like, all right, just gotta immerse myself in this for the next 3 months. I've found a lot of real wild stuff. Something that I've actually recently seen is kind of coming into conversation again is the comic dub sort of rabbit hole.
You mean the really wild like children's content, like Amazing Digital Circus, for example, or like these rabbit holes, content farming out, comic dubbing, like kids shows as like these really like sussy comics.
Yeah, exactly. Where they're like just barely not pornographic. and it's like very clear what they're doing.
They are everywhere, and you know what? They get so many views.
Yeah.
Like
they do. It's crazy. It's crazy. I saw like the
yeah.
No,
I saw a Digital Circus short, like a short. Like I looked up Digital Circus and I searched views highest to lowest, and you see a short which is just like one of those sussy shorts that it's almost like it's about to be.
Yeah.
Or you see like one of them is about to have sex with the other one. Had 100 million views.
Exactly.
100 million
it's
views.
Insane. Yeah.
Yes.
And we all know who was watching those videos, by the way. It's
and random kids probably.
Exactly. That's I think the general sort of guideline for the audience. But yeah, that to me is very strange. But it's been a thing for a long time. It's nothing new. But for the first time, some people are talking about it. Like Fox Akimbo mentioned it in a video like a few months back, and there's some other videos like The Beak mentioned it as well. But kind of the main thing that I've been immersed in is what I've coined Incredigate, which is a bizarre rabbit hole involving the old Mr. Incredible becoming uncanny meme format. Like I'm sure you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
When he doesn't know. When he knows.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like that. So each incarnation, it's like generally the one where he like turns happy. Each incarnation is just like gets more and more explicit art of a character. Generally kids characters, generally kind of like indie. It's Skibbity Toilet, Amazing Digital Circus, Five Nights at Freddy's kind of stuff. And it's like, it's kind of insane because it genuinely gets to the points where you got like tiny little censor bars like covering the nipples and like that's it. And some channels, like it's so absurd. Some of these channels, they have low opacity sensors, so you can genuinely see right through them. Like, if you want to look at Pomni's boobs on YouTube for free, like, just out on the surface, look up Tech Tales. I think that channel is actually taken down after my video, but there's a
write
few.
These down for research.
Wait, no, that's crazy.
Let me find what I'm referring to.
Do you have a list?
Yeah, no, it's genuinely. I do. Some of them have been taken down. I made a video covering the topic about a month ago, and thank God people are going out there and reporting them. So there's a couple sort of victories in that regard.
It almost reminds me of the time when I was like on YouTube and like the ads are so on the platform that so you only really kind of see this on mobile like ads and if you're like watching YouTube and shit. And there was one where like I literally saw like a straight up sex scene through the YouTube ads. So like this girl
that's insane.
So this girl was like fingering herself and shit. And it was ASCII art, so like she had ASCII art of her finger, and it was like a dating site, like some Ukrainian 18+ dating site where the women may or may not be graphic. You never know.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
have a lot of them. That the one that I got, it was it's a girl that's basically like she's jumping up and down and her boobs are bouncing, but it's transparent. Like it shows you just like toilet paper. But transparent in the background,
right,
you have a naked girl, just like going crazy,
Dude,
going wild.
How insane it is? Like sometimes, like when I make a video with like a game like Cyberpunk, and like how they have billboards with like actual sex or like sex being sold, and I'm like, I'll just blur that in After Effects or something. Let me go through the fucking Freddie Wong painstaking mask. Autofill that,
right.
and then I upload the video. I fucking whatever 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and then I look at like my the recommended, and it's like, bro, I didn't even have to fucking do that. Like I play shit so carefully.
It's crazy.
But then again, like I'm one of those guys where like anytime a YouTuber's like, bro, my video just got taken down, I'm like, did you fucking do the Mudahar like cathedral class of like censoring your YouTube content to not get
right?
No?
But, like,
okay, well
dude,
congrats, you got
it's so
exactly.
bad. I just made a video on Twitch, like this 1.5 hour long documentary on all the different issues that Twitch went through over the years, and why I really don't like Twitch. And it kept getting demonetized. Oh god, and it kept getting demonetized, and I couldn't figure out why. It just I uploaded it, demonetized, confirmed demonetized by human review, and I couldn't figure it out. I talked to my YouTube contact. He has no idea either. He sends it to somebody else. The other guy said in the first 15 seconds where I show like a whole bunch of Twitch streams, one of them had one chatter in their chat that said in their chat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Henson Shaving. Ladies and gentlemen, if you suffer, like 88% of men out there, irritation with shaving, you might be expecting the worst every single time you put a blade to your body. But Henson users, the people that go there, have seen dramatic improvements in their quality of life dealing with facial hair, including the disappearance of ingrown hairs and those nasty razor bumps. And of course, it has very little to do with having just a sharper blade, so to speak. Think of razor blades like the diving boards, okay? The longer the board, the more it wobbles. The micro wobbles that the board makes are what leads to those nicks and cuts all over your face. And Henson solves this by minimizing blade extension, addressing the root cause of why shaving experiences can end up so horribly bad. And of course, it gets better too. The razor has built-in channels to evacuate hair cream, which makes the whole process of potential clogging virtually impossible. You can get standard dual blade edges that give you an old school shave with the benefits of new school technology, all if you own a Henson razor, about $3 to $5 per year, by the way, to just replace those blades. Compared to any trimmer, there is not a hair that survives on my face. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the separation between a shave at 15 years of age versus 30. It's just a different world when you can apply some good old shaving cream and actually take care of your hair the old-fashioned way, which is one of the reasons why I actually kind of like this. The unboxing situation is a lot easier, and they give you so many of these blades that, honestly, aside from the upkeep, you'll pretty much be in shaving heaven for a good while. That said, ladies and gentlemen, if any of this interests you and you want to say no to any subscription service, go over to hensonshaving.com/SOP. Use code SOP and you'll get 2 years worth of blades free with your razor. Just make sure to add them to your cart. That is 100 free blades when you head to hensonshaving.com/SOP. And remember, use that code SOP. That said, let's get back to the podcast.
And
That's
So
crazy.
that's weird to me, because I feel like some YouTubers, you know, like you were saying, Muda, they kind of, it happens, they complain about it, you know, kind of their videos getting taken down for reasons, but it's like, yeah, you could have censored that though, is the thing. Like, that is against TOS, it's going to get taken down, you're not a victim, sort of thing. I mean, that's kind of like what Mama Max did a few times as well, like showing bare video game asses and then complaining about,
How's he been?
like, age restriction.
Mama Max?
I have no idea.
He had to get a job.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
wait, is this
Did
real?
people, like, stop paying for the...
No, okay, so you go to his Patreon, right? Like 2 weeks
Okay.
after I made the
Yeah.
video. And it was like, because of the hate campaign towards me, I am forced to seek real life employment. That's done. Like,
No way.
Bro.
yeah, dude, it's like a cult over there, bro.
Oh, it totally is. It totally is. It's crazy, and like I've seen as well. You know, he probably makes like what, a couple thousand a month from Patreon, or used to at least, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they used to.
I'm assuming it was enough to sustain him, but has he just lost most of his patrons at this point?
I think he's lost most of the audience at this point. Like, forget
No,
the
that's actually
Patreon.
completely
Yeah.
fair. Yeah,
But
yeah.
most people
That's
are gone.
yeah. That's completely fair. Yeah, that's been one of the most wild falls from grace. I mean, you have clear, you know, personal connection to it, which is wild to me.
Unfortunately.
Because right, yeah. I mean, very direct connection. That screenshot from his private Discord's insane about the suing you for like $1 million. It's like, what the hell is going on?
I mean,
here?
to be fair, in his
I need
defense,
to have
Budahar
a-
is very rich.
So f***ing rich, dude.
Apparently, yeah, dude. So, sometimes I
Exactly.
want to have like a wall of haters in my house, like just somewhere, like a wall of hate. Like,
Johnny Somali wants me dead.
Really?
Nice.
wait, why?
Yep.
What did you say? That was
Because
so
I pray on his
bad?
downfall.
Well,
I
you
pray on his
didn't-
downfall. Actually, I'm a hater. I make more money off one video talking about him than he does for a year.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're like, think about the experiences he gets to go through, bro. He's like actually fucking
Hey, true, he's
going-
living it up.
Yeah, dude,
Bro, I'm
he's
waiting for
literally
him
on
to,
the fucking ground.
Yep.
He's gonna go out there. He's gonna make a tier list of all the different prisons that he got.
He's such an idiot. Like, that guy is so f***ing worthless. But
You know, but like, you know what's more worthless? Have you guys seen that fucking Kick drunk driving?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have seen that. What the hell
didn't
was
see
that?
it, Caleb?
bro. I didn't see that shit. I've been
Okay,
I've been a
so-
little away. I've been a little
Okay,
off.
so what happened on Kick, and I saw this on like Twitter and shit, because all the stuff from Kick just gets like delineated onto the internet anywhere.
Yeah,
so
no,
these guys
exactly.
were driving a Mercedes Benz. I think it was in the New York freeway. So they were just, dude, they were going like 120 down the fucking road. Like they were just speeding this And as the guy's speeding it, right, it's bad enough that he's ripping the car. He gets a bottle of fucking Smirnoff vodka and just starts chugging it while he's driving. I shouldn't be laughing when I say this. YouTube better not endorse drunk driving. Reckless, stunt, drunk driving. That is all bad. Haram, evil. All the religions ban it. But fucking, the other guy starts chugging a drink, throws it outside the fucking car onto the traffic, right? You can see the fucking bottle break and everything. And I'm like, dude, it's so insane how you can record yourself commit a fucking crime, right? And then, like, the cops never do all about it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't read up anything on the news. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe so. Because Charlie made a video, a bunch of other guys made a video. I was like, I don't really feel like making a video because every time I would make a video about subjects like that, YouTube hits us with like the TOS shit. It's like, you can't show dangerous. I'm like, all right, I guess some people can, some people can't, whatever. I don't know what the barometer
fair
is.
enough. YouTube seems to be really, really selective with what they strike down on and what they don't. Like with the Incredigate thing, I have no idea how, because many of these videos are monetized somehow. Like
you
this
send
art
us some
that
links?
isn't censored.
You send us the links
Oh, I
to the
got you.
community.
Where should I send it? Is there like a chat?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
There's
Here, I got
one
you.
in the bottom.
Let me show you this. This one is genuinely f***ing insane. It has a warning: bear furry ass porn. Of Five Nights at Freddy's. Hold on. Look
You
at
had
this shit.
Caleb's
It's
attention.
genuinely
Now you
like.
have his erection.
Hold up. If you go to the end, let me find the proper one because there are a lot of these videos. It's like it's a content farm to the greatest extent.
So what I feel like every single time one of them gets taken down, they just make another channel, and they just just
do.
keep
They
going.
absolutely
and it just
do.
keeps going viral again and again and again. Because guess what?
Yeah.
Kids like that shit.
For some reason, when I was a kid, listen, yeah, I'll be honest, I looked for boobs on YouTube. Who didn't? But like,
I was gonna
that was
say,
back in the 2010s,
dude,
right?
There's
It
a
was
video
different.
you used to be able to look up Haneymoon, HANEYMOON, and there was just a full on.
What is Haney Moon? What?
No idea, bro.
Bro, you never
Interesting.
No idea.
looked up
That was a
Haney
porn
Moon,
keyword?
Buddha? Wow.
That was a keyword. Haneymoon. Haneymoon was a keyword, and I used to look that up a lot.
There are still keywords that work. Like if you look up like BEEG, that
Check
if you
it.
go into playlists. Yeah, check it
Yeah,
out.
let me see that.
gonna verify.
G?
Like is apparently it is a like sex slang.
Bro,
Yeah.
there's so much
Oh wow, yep, that's
here.
has 150
What
million
the
views.
Check the link that I just sent in
Yo,
the chat
I'm looking
and
at this
go
link
like
you
skip
just
to
sent.
the end of the video.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this is like
Like,
great
dude,
for
what?
like people
Wrong.
who just
How is
want
this on
to-
YouTube?
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm
the
saying.
fuck?
Bro, this has been uploaded
Yeah.
for 2 years.
This is crazy.
Yes.
It's not even
It's
age
insane.
restricted.
It's genuinely crazy. It's not, and I've reported this video on multiple accounts. They do not give a shit. It's crazy. Like there's that, and then there's another thing too with this sort of thing.
I
like that
cannot
one I sent
believe
in.
this. I'm floored.
Yeah.
I've seen some like
You make a
cursed
video
stuff.
on it. It's crazy.
I've made videos
Yeah,
on
no,
like
it's
this
genuinely insane.
kind of thing. Yo, Muda, did you see this? Go look at like the 38-second mark on this video.
It's crazy.
I cannot
and
believe
that's not the
Bro,
only
that's
one.
straight fucking Fox,
Yes,
dude.
uncensored. Fully there for everyone to see. Like, and this video I believe is also monetized.
Bro,
I'm not
blood
100%
for
sure.
the
I have
blood
YouTube
god.
Premium.
Skulls
so,
for the skulls throne.
Dude, I really
Get
hope
them
it's not
outta
just
here.
monetized, but I hope it's manually reviewed. Like some fucking coomer sitting in the
Yeah.
fucking like YouTube monetization farm was like, that's getting it. But like,
Yeah.
well, okay. So here's the thing. I'm one of those people where it's like, okay, on one hand, I don't like over censorship on YouTube because it fucking sucks to come across like the one
Oh, absolutely.
fucking working at the YouTube TOS office who's just like, that's getting taken out. That's getting taken out. You said
Yeah.
many times getting taken down. But like, bro, when it comes to like, I think the over sanitization that we have to go through, I think sometimes it can be a little excessive. But I mean, what we just saw, that's just straight up like that should be. Just
I
getting
cannot
removed.
No,
believe
straight
that
up.
that's real. I can't believe that's on YouTube.
It's insane. I can't believe it either. That's like, and it gets worse too because like when you look up, genuinely just if you look up Mr. Incredible Becoming Uncanny FNAF, like in the search bar, head over to the playlist tab. I won't even explain it. You guys look at it.
my
Like,
Hold on,
look
what do
at
you want me
what
to
you
do?
see.
What do you want me to do?
This is
Look
crazy.
up Mr. Incredible Becoming Canny FNAF, and then go to playlists. Well, you tell me what you see. It's
I'm
insane.
filtering it out, boys. Hold on.
If you just look up Beeg,
You're
Yeah,
still
Beeg,
looking
yeah,
at
Beeg is
Beeg.
crazy.
I'm
Bro,
still
that's
on Beeg. I'm full on Beeg.
Okay, dude, I'm looking at these Mr. Incredible Becoming Uncanny. It's
is
really, it's
crazy.
all. That's wild.
Yeah, it's all It's like it's so absurd. And you know, what's also really fucked up is that a lot of the characters that they use are like children, basically. Like the meme characters that Mr. Incredible is reacting to are like 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds sometimes, and it's like clear that that's how they're drawn. It's like the people behind these channels are truly just like, I don't know, I can't see it as anything other than outwardly malicious. You know what I mean? Like,
I just think it's for clickbait to get views.
It's crazy. It is, but like, I don't know. I don't see why. There's a lot of these memes too that glorify incest between brothers and sisters. So it's like Mr. Incredible will be there, sort of bored, and then it's like saying, POV, your sister does this, and he gets more and more excited, and then it's like, POV, she makes you lunch, POV, whatever, POV, she gives you a blowjob, POV, you sleep together, POV, whatever, all this crazy shit, and it shows pictures, cropped obviously, of your sister doing this, and it's like, it's genuinely crazy. And to me, these videos are being seen by kids. I think it's a really, really, really bad idea to be putting the thought of being this like cool, funny thing into these kids' heads, because as we've seen in the past, the child mind on YouTube is very, very malleable and can be ruined.
Dude, you
very
people
quickly.
are ruining my life. I just looked up. Dude, they're just having
Big
sex on here. This is
Big
actual. I don't understand.
It's
Why is this real?
I wonder myself, how did this become my fucking job too? Like, I could have gone to college, but no, I'm looking up, like, I'm finding rabbit holes
to
on
be honest,
YouTube and making
getting
videos
paid
about
to
it.
watch, like, there are worse
Yeah,
things
to be
out there.
fair.
No, but I don't like it. It's not cool. It's just like disgusting,
This
Not
is
that
wild.
general is, but like the fact that it's on YouTube and that it's being seen by little kids. Like, you look at the comments on a lot of these Mr. Incredible videos, like the Skivity Toilet ones and the Digital Circus ones, and there'll be comments from little boys and girls, mostly little boys, from all over the world, who are like, "Please remove censor" in like broken English, everywhere. Like, it's so clear who the audience is. In the descriptions they'll say, "Yeah, this is for 13 plus." Hell no, it's not. We can see right through that crap.
I made a video, even if it's for 13 plus, that's still not right. I made a vlog a couple years ago, and it had a doll in it, and there was a scene in like the first minute where I slapped its, and it wasn't like you couldn't see it, but
Sure.
it was like wearing clothing, and it was just like fully covered up. It was a sponsor spot for what is that fucking sex place called? I forget.
Adam and
Anyways,
Adam and Eve.
Yeah, Adam and Eve, yeah. And my videos only got like 100K views or some shit like that. Like nothing ever went viral. And my audience was like relatively used to just sort of bizarre shit like that. And that video though got like 5 million views in a few weeks. It went insanely viral, and I deleted it. I removed it off of YouTube because all the comments were like what you're saying, like broken English, undress, take off shirt, just like these fucking horny freak weirdos. And I was like, man, this is like not even remotely close to the other 99% of content that I'm making. I don't want this audience. Like, I don't.
Right.
I removed it from YouTube. It didn't get 5 million views. It was like maybe 1 million or something. But it was getting a crazy amount of traffic and like just 20 comments. So no comments really, relatively speaking, to the amount of views it was getting. But just all the comments were these just really weird, broken English, sort of like as if it was being botted or just viewed in some fucking foreign country, or I don't know. But it made me really super uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I imagine. 'Cause it's like also probably mostly kids too,
I'd
which is
assume. Yeah.
a very uncomfortable thing. So wait, it was a video that was just a sponsor spot in a wider video, basically?
Well, it was just like we had this woman dressed up sitting on the couch, and we were just talking and just ignoring it, and then it just slapped its and then moved on.
That's
Yeah.
It sounds really
Wait,
funny.
did
Yeah,
your
it was
sponsor
supposed to be funny.
Did the sponsor not like mind that you took down the video that was doing well for them?
Oh no, they didn't care.
I mean, they already hit their view guarantee,
Yeah.
I would imagine. So at that point, right?
Yeah, it was a long time
But
ago.
that's wild, because it does kind of scare me, and because I know for myself that this web goes deep, and I don't even know the half of it. It's like that iceberg chart image. We're at the tip, or like where the water starts. There's so much more to see.
Yo,
and it's
can you imagine
wild.
how good of a video Mama Max could make on this if he just makes up some more stuff? Like he
True, he could lie about a whole
He could
ton.
invent a
Yeah.
whole rabbit hole for you.
Speaking of, oh god, I've been getting some comments about myself and Mama Max and our similarities, and I don't particularly enjoy those comments. People, they're like nice. They're like, this guy's like Mama Max,
Except
Mama
he doesn't
Max wasn't
lie.
a liar.
Except he's not
like,
a
Mama Max actually got shit
scumbag.
done.
He's
exactly.
Mama Max. If Mama
That's
Max
basically what the
wouldn't
comments
use
say.
ChatGPT as his legal counsel.
Your
lie
voice is too high pitched, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, exactly. I can't go to the extreme.
My name is Max Stryker.
Yeah.
On a deep dive,
Yeah.
I am Donald Trump.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
but
no,
you kind of blew
it's
my
crazy.
mind away with like looking because I go down like a lot of these rabbit holes from time to time. Like,
Yeah.
I used to cover a couple of these myself, and it's just like I don't think I've ever seen something with like I remember like the naked yoga stuff, but it used to exist
Yeah,
because of a
yeah.
loophole. Like the guy
Yeah,
with the nair
yeah.
butthole or whatever. It's like,
yeah,
well,
Yeah, yeah.
One of my faves.
we're allowed to show it just because it's in that border. But this is just straight up like
Educational
sex.
context.
Like it's just
Yeah.
straight up,
Yeah, no, but straight up spread cheek Roxanne Wolf furry art.
Nah, for me, like the wildest one was
horrible.
Straight
the
butthole content,
real
brother.
the real
Exactly.
challenge. You remember that one?
bro. I
Oh my god,
loved
wait.
that arc,
I heard
dude.
whispers of that. I don't think I ever saw
Yeah,
it.
never
there was
seen
like
it,
a
so
whole
there was, like,
series
this-
of it. Guy made like 4
Yeah.
episodes until YouTube decided to yo, it's
Yeah,
enough.
so here's the premise of the videos, right?
Oh, yeah,
like
describe
it,
these
describe
videos. So okay, this gay couple, right? They were like they had this guy was doggy style, all right, but at the midriff of his body it was covered by like a little curtain and everything. So behind
Thank
him
God.
it was implied to be naked. So
Yeah.
the
Implied
challenge
nudity.
was can you feel a real versus a challenge, right? So sometimes this boy would sneak up behind him, give him a little, or they could be using some silicone implant. You never know.
Right,
And it-
right. So it was like a cool little Mr. Beast kind of challenge.
Exactly.
But it's like- But it's like that's such a bullshit challenge. How do you not
Yeah.
know the difference between a fucking piece of plastic and human?
I would
fucking
imagine
organs?
Oh, you feel it sound like you're
New
talking
Mr.
from
Somni
experience.
That's-
But like the video got uploaded. I don't even think like it took a while for it to get like age restricted, even right?
It
Like
took
was just-
off. It got millions of views. It was
Yeah,
trending.
real-
I remember it
That's
trending.
insane. That's the next Rat and Link video right there. Real or fake?
Real.
Wait,
challenge.
I didn't remember it was fucking trending. Wait, you mean
I'm pretty
some-
sure it was. Let me see if I
I'm-
can find a
That'd
screenshot
be
of
wild
it.
if there's like a screenshot, because that means like somebody at YouTube was like, "Yeah, that's going on the fucking trending tab, boys."
Right, because they decide what's trending, right? Like they
think
have a
do.
say in.
I think I don't
would
know if it's like an
imagine.
AI or something that jumps in and it's like that video's popping, throw it up there. But yeah, if that was the case,
Bro,
it's
what the fuck?
insane, dude.
I found the thumbnail.
That's insane.
Dude, this is his link posting. Oh my god, this is awful.
No way.
Okay, let me just see if I can find a screenshot of it trending. Maybe it wasn't trending. I mean, I found a screenshot
Yeah,
of it
it's
with
a crazy place.
800,000 views.
That's not bad at all.
Pretty solid.
In how much time was the 800,000?
In 3
like,
months.
In like first week or something.
3 months.
Hmm.
That's the one that I
That's
found.
good stuff. Yeah. It's honestly like the more that I spend time on the internet, I realize that like I kind of have some takes that I'd like to kind of share with you guys. I probably agree or disagree. I don't know, but I really feel as though children just should not be on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok
I agree, honestly.
without supervision at all, because like the amount of shit that they can find, literally with 4 fucking letters like "beeg" on YouTube, is insane. And the main kind of concern for me is that there's a lot of crazy stuff on YouTube, obviously, but it's that's how you start these addictions for these little kids, and like these Pomni sus YouTube shorts and stuff like that. These kids are gonna seek out more, and that's what happened with Elsagate the first wave around. A lot of people have been telling me about how they like 14-year-olds, which is bizarre, have been telling me their experiences with that sort of thing. And it's like I've really just kind of come to the point where I fully believe that not that there should be a law about it or anything. I think that's too far. Like I don't know, like what Texas is doing, but that children, just as a societal sort of well-known thing with parents, should not have access to the internet at all unless directly being supervised until they're like 13 at the earliest.
Yeah, I don't disagree, honestly. I think the internet's kind of become like a parenting crutch for a lot of people. It's like it's so easy to just get your kid to sit in front of his iPad all day instead of actually needing to raise your kid yourself.
I feel, dude, at this point, like, we should just we should have like a parental license. Like, before we get into the whole like argument about it, I just feel like you need to do like a little. Okay, listen, we do like a driving test and shit. You know what I mean? Like, to learn how to drive a car and like be able to operate a fucking death trap on the road. You should be able to like go to a fucking like state you should be able to do like a test that says, listen, are you fit to be a fucking parent? Do you have any idea what it's like to take care of a child? Dude, like just throwing like a question. It's like, do you believe a iPad or your parental guidance is an iPad a fucking proper replacement to your parenting?
Yeah. I mean,
and if the answer is yes, it's like no.
Realistically, I don't think any of the parents that are doing that actually think that it's beneficial for the kid. It's just easier, right? It's like a lazy.
Yeah, it's convenient.
I see so many parents. Something like
it's more convenient to raise a dream stand.
True.
Ew.
Dude, like I'll go to like friends' places and like they'll just stick like a fucking like kid can be young, like they'll put in like a fucking tablet in front of their kids, and it's one of those like tablets that are designed to be like lockdown tablets,
the baby
like,
tablets.
Fucking, yeah.
Oh yeah, the big like chunky blue ones.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but they're still like fucking tablets where you just put like stupid YouTube baby slop on for them, anyways, and they're just sitting there doing that, and like. Even like kids who are like 8 or 9, it's like they should be out there fucking playing, or at least that's what we did. It's like they're just gonna sit inside and play fucking mobile games and shit. And then I'm looking at the mobile games they're playing. I'm like, that's a fucking slot machine right there, kiddo.
Yeah. Like Raid Shadow Legends. What happened to the days of like Angry Birds and Doodle Jump?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
Dude,
Doodle Jump.
We grew up with Flash games, dude. The kids these days, like, I saw them play, like, so my aunt's kids, they loaded up Call of Duty Mobile, and, like, okay, you know, we talk about, like, how much shit they sell you on the console PC version, right?
Yeah, it's nothing compared to the mobile stuff. The
version is so bad. Like, he opens up the app, right, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool game of Call of Duty. Dude has to press X 10 times out of buy this. I'm like,
that's insane.
Bro, I really hope your mom does not. I hope to God my aunt does not have a fucking. Like, I hope she does not have her credit card attached to this because you can go fucking buck wild buying that shit.
That's insane. That's like thousands of dollars of debt there,
dude. It's also not just that. It's like, dude, I feel like growing up with like. In shitty games like, well, not shitty like Oblivion, but remember the horse armor? We all used to like laugh at that. Todd would sell us in horse armor for $5, and I'm like, yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, the good old days.
It's like I loaded up Rainbow Six, and I saw like the skin. I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I looked at the price, and then it's like 1,600 fucking points. And then I looked at the exchange rate, and I'm like, whoa, $28. What the
Yeah, it's insane. Fortnite ruined video game monetization. And they made it better and worse at the same time. It's it's wild.
Three of the wildest updates to games, like as far as years have been going on, is Pokemon Go. I don't know if you're familiar. Just this week, there was like this whole Pokemon Go drama thing. Have you heard about this?
Really?
So
I don't think so.
They
updated their avatars. They were like,
yeah.
they were like, we want your character, your avatar in Pokemon Go to look more like yourself, and they just changed the avatars to all just be like fat and ugly, like that.
Oh, I saw a screenshot of that because it's like
people were going crazy.
It's to your weight that you input, right? It's to your weight and height that they changed the characters.
I don't know exactly how they changed it, but I don't think you have to put in your height and weight. But like the point is, it just randomly made like a whole lot of people's avatars just like obese, and
but
people were
ugly.
That's hilarious.
And ugly. Like no, look at the changes. It's wild that they did that. And
oh no, I've seen it.
Hold up, I'm gonna look this up. This sounds
people
hilarious.
started doing digging, and it turns out that do you remember Sweet Baby Inc. Muda?
Yeah.
So there's another inclusivity consultant firm called GaymerX, GAYMERX. And GaymerX works with a couple
it's kind of redundant.
All
gamers are gay as but sure.
Yeah, dude, have you seen the Andrew Tate tweet? Dude,
bro, I love the Andrew Tate tweet. That's my favorite thing. Having sex is gay.
That's hysterical.
Dude,
yeah. Like, oh, you want to make your PB feel good? It's so funny.
Yeah. Dude, we gotta get Andrew Tate on here at some point and ask him about that. Like, what's gay about that?
Get Andrew Tate and Lanky Box on the same pod. That's the most insane piece of media ever.
Oh shit! But go ahead.
Yeah, but Pokemon Go, it's constantly evolving and adding terrible new changes to Pokemon Go. What used to be like $1 to get like 100 Pokecoins or whatever, Now it's like $1.50 for 100 Pokecoins. And 100 Pokecoins gets you like 10 Pokeballs. It's like nothing. Like, it's so overpriced compared to just what it was a couple of years ago as time goes on. And every update they make just makes people more and more upset. Like, why are they doing this?
Right. It's not developed in-house by Nintendo, is it? Is it like...
No, it's Niantic.
It's someone else, I would imagine.
Niantic.
Okay. Because, like, yeah, I'm looking at some of these here. It's like some of them look decent, but at the same time, it's odd because Nintendo hates fat girls, from what I know. But,
yeah, it's not Nintendo.
It's
Niantic.
It's weird, yeah. Interesting. Are they a Western company?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
You know, my thing with the
checks
whole
out.
like in those diversity inclusion firms is like I feel like the whole plot's run away. Like ever since I don't know, the last like week or two on like Elon's Twitter, it's always like fun because I love coming across some wild racism on the timeline. I love that shit.
Yeah, Twitter's just full of it now. It's actually kind of insane.
Dude, Alex
awful.
Jones literally like a few weeks ago was like, yeah, you know that Hitler guy is bad, and the comments were like, hold on, who told you to say that? Did they compromise you? I'm like,
dude, I saw
I'm
that.
like, whoa. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, shit, we've gotten to that point, haven't we? Jesus Christ,
Dude,
I've seen like full-on clans meeting
honestly,
Twitter comment sections.
I feel like it's only been in like
crazy.
the last year that the whole Jews control the world shtick really took hold.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've heard it like as a meme all the time. I feel like I'm actually seeing people that genuinely believe that at this point.
Yeah,
and it's
totally.
It's wild.
People are getting radicalized so fast now. It's
dude. I love
it's
just
insane.
like the old like racism on the TL. Like it always fucking, like excites me because it's just like I love getting the separation of like somebody that I should probably be fucking genuinely like away. You know what I mean? Like growing up, you see you read like the weirdest shit on the internet. Like you come across the wildest stuff. But I always felt like so growing up on like 4chan, right? Like on the old threads and shit. Like people were fucking wild there. But it was always like I think 99% of the people in the thread were just like around. It was people like me, Caleb, Nux, you, everyone were just like memeing, you know.
Trolls.
yeah, it's just like.
But there was
shock,
like one
kinda.
guy who jumps in who was like, "Oh my god, honey,
You're so
come
right.
here. There's other clan members here. What the fuck?"
Yeah, right. Exactly. yeah.
Yeah, it's really. I got called. I said that I was not anti-Semitic in my video, and someone was like, "Weird thing to mention. Guess we know who controls this guy. Always trying to appease his masters." And I was like, "What? Huh?
That's
What does that even
crazy.
mean, bro? You are schizophrenic."
That's a wild
sorry.
argument.
Well,
Yeah.
like, on the other
Yeah.
hand, it's like it's also weird too because you get a bunch of people who like overly call you racist. Like I made a video where I talked about like this Israeli company called NSO Group and how they like spy on everybody. You know, like their whole job is to spy on every world leader. So the company, like it's like one of Israel's, like it's almost like their military wing in a way, like their cyber army.
Interesting.
Where like basically they design software to break into iPhones and shit and like, you know, hack world leaders unofficially, of course. And I was just like, I'm like Apple versus, you know, Israel because Apple was literally suing this wing. So I'm like, all right, I mentioned Israel. Bro, the comment section,
It's wild.
Dude,
Every
anytime you
time.
mention Israel, anytime you mention the Jews, it's like, whoa, boys, it's time to go buck wild on here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, the funniest
I've
thing is, it's like, I noticed that you didn't mention anything on either side. That means you're a centrist. That means you're awful. You must be terrible.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
like, better
those
be
are very
racist than a
odd
centrist.
takes. Yeah.
And then I'm just like kind of sitting over there. I'm like, hold on a minute. I just literally talked about this one Israeli company. It has nothing to do with the government. Like it's just one fucking company. Like
Oh,
you
it's
know,
a
how,
company,
you know how
yeah.
big the country is. You know, there's people over there that just don't fucking have anything to do. It's like you could be talking about a fucking ice cream company, right? Like the Ben and Jerry's of Israel, and they would just bring up the fucking ability to go hogwash. But like to be fair, like in the last 2 weeks, like I've seen a whole bunch of like this Indian stuff show up, right? Where it's like literally, it feels like fucking 70s Canada almost again, right? It's like, all right, where's the street for Muda? Time for him to go fucking shit there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Damn.
To walk into. No, but dude, that's just like a social media angle in general. And sometimes I feel like trying, like, we used to be a point where, like, even with the Alex Jones example I brought up, where he's like, yeah, this Hitler guy, he's pretty bad. And I'm like, man, that used to be like the most default like answer you could give, you know? It's like, of course, obviously. And now it's just like everyone in the comments, it's like, well, who compromised you. And like I said something too that pissed off like the anime nerds a little bit, because I'm like, it's always the anime profile pictures, and they're like, how do you overly generalize us? I'm like, listen, I have one rule on the internet. I show my face, okay? Now you can say all the shit you want, but the moment you hide behind a character from One Piece.
Yeah, Nux.
Damn, bro.
No, but it's like there's like no salient response to it either. I'm like, all right, well, okay. Immediately opinion discarded. Let's fucking move on, I guess. But I don't know.
At this point, I like have a very hard time valuing an opinion coming from someone that wouldn't face repercussions if they did something horrible, like on the internet. You know, like if someone would sit here and give false sexual assault allegations to some YouTuber, and it ends up being proven false, and they'll just like kind of melt into the masses, and like they're never going to actually face repercussions from it, then their word is worth much less online,
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Because then they could say anything.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can, really. That's kind of what I've been worrying about, is that, like, I don't know who I'm going to piss off next. Like, I've never been in any sort of controversy, and I don't intend on doing any. Like, I don't intend on being in any.
Most people don't.
At least, no. Because I haven't done anything wrong, at least yet, But, like, it's I always kind of have that anxiety. I hear of stories, like, with Quite and stuff like that. Certain people who just have these hit pieces done on them, and then, like, lose half their audience to a false claim. It's just kind of insane, and it scares me, honestly. I feel like it's one of the kind of
I have an answer for false claims and doxes. Never interact with anybody on the internet that just doesn't go before bed. Doesn't have a bedtime by like 10 p.m. That's my rule. Honest to God, I've always said this. Listen, there's two types of YouTubers: the most responsible ones that are in bed by 10, up by 6, doing their fucking shit like us here in the call. Okay, most people we've had on this podcast, right, have been like well-adjusted, normal people. Okay, I think the most adjusted out of all of our episodes was like this guy named Noke Eric,
dude,
the most regular dude.
I love that guy.
The regular, that's the only episode of the podcast, and the final one my mom watched. By the way, the Noke Eric.
That's funny.
She like looked at that. She's like, "Who's this guy?" And I'm like, here's the channel. Like I brought the channel up to her, and she was just like, "Oh, he's one of the," like she saw the title for the mom video, and she's like, "Well, I'm done." I'm like, all right, okay. So we had good adjusted people, but usually with like when I find like a YouTuber or like a group of people that are like they still act like they're in high school, I'm just always far away from that shit, because you never know what comes out, right? Like,
yeah.
So I
feel like it's kind of a risk to interact with certain people, honestly.
I feel like it's a risk to interact with basically anyone once it gets personal. Especially if you're becoming, you're getting into like some sort of intimate relationship with them. You have to like really know them, before doing something like that. Yeah. And just don't really fuck your fans, bro.
Definitely.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I would never. I don't understand that. It seems like the worst. First of all, it's predatory, I think. There's definitely a level of like I think there's an extent to where if someone like ends up falling in love with someone who is a fan that they met.
Okay, but what about like rock stars and shit?
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's. I think it's up, but with YouTubers, for some reason, it feels worse than rock. I guess it's just rock stars is more generalized. I suppose it's farther away. It's more of a level of like stardom and untouchability. But it's like Dream and Elvis.
What
a different time, obviously.
I was just like blown away for a second there, just completely stunned into silence.
Dude, what happened? What happened with our Dream friend? Like, I watched his response video to all of his shit, and everyone still gives him crap for it. He can't win. Like, he literally cannot win about it.
Yeah, I honestly like something. I was very much keeping up to track with the whole thing, and like he talks about it at the end of his video, like the Google Doc thing of that girl that he was like texting when she was 17 and stuff, who the person on Twitter was like leaking and all that stuff. And I realized he had a really good, not that I'm saying it was true or false, but he had a really, really good means of dismissing that entire document by mentioning the fact that she was kind of doxxed in it. And then is basically like, I'm not even going to talk about it because of the fact that it disrespects her in that way. Where that document held most of the proof that people were talking about. So in that one fell swoop, he effectively dismissed all the arguments in that document on account of the fact that they, they took too much of her information. Which to me, I'm everything else, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then there I was like, okay, maybe there's something to hide there. Because he covered everything else but what was said there. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Definitely a little suspicious to me.
I don't know. I feel like there's once you have like your certified hate group on the internet, like you're never gonna appease them. There's no amount of like even people that have been completely vindicated of their sexual assault allegations or whatever. They'll say something, and then you'll have people in their replies that says, "Hey, aren't you the pedophile?" And it's like
right, exactly,
even though it's completely been debunked, your haters will remain. They are more loyal than your fans.
The thing about some of the hater groups on the internet is like sometimes you will just find like the one hater who interact like the weirdest phenomenon to me is like, okay, if I hate somebody on the internet, right? I don't like fucking talk to them, I don't even bother interacting with them, right? Like I don't even think about them, like ever since when I covered like the Completionist, when that bridge got fucking burned because I was lied to so many fucking time, Max and everything. It's like you usually keep tabs as you're making the video on it, right? Or like covering the story.
Yep.
And then after that, I just immediately like throw that. My brain turns that off and I never look at these people again, right? And sometimes there's the inkling, like if somebody mentions the name to me, I like look it up. I'm like, oh, it's worse than it was before. Goodbye. But yeah, I don't know. That's one of the things. But like somebody that just exists to constantly be in your mentions and give you shit. I'm just like, I don't understand that like existence. Like what drives you to do that? Like what makes you
I have someone like that. It's really weird because they're like my biggest fan, but also my biggest hater at the same time.
They just want to fuck you.
And yeah, I think so, honestly. Like it was weird. They were like a defender of Elsagate content, like justifying its existence and its content, which is really horrible takes. I don't even know. I didn't understand them to begin with. They didn't make sense. But since then, he just like comments making like odd sly remarks here and there, and it's just like really, really weird because every video of mine he's like, oh well, look at that part right there where he didn't mention that or something like that. Just like odd bad points.
Dude, that's not
that
a hater,
are just kind of sly.
That's
he's great proofreader right there,
come on,
bro.
man.
Guys,
no,
I have to interject.
Yeah,
I must leave. I have to go.
All right,
I have to go.
Farewell, Caleb.
Good seeing you.
Always a pleasure.
I'll probably be here next week.
Dude, I swear to God, bro, he's so committed to spreading diabetes worldwide.
God, it's a lot of work, man.
He's so fucking ready.
All right, boys.
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
Caleb, I'm looking forward to the next YouTuber apology so I can see him in one of your thumbnails with the ukulele.
All right, pardon. Good seeing you again, Raymundo. And some more podcast. I guess I'm not doing the outro. I'll see you guys.
All right, take care, man. Yeah, I swear to God, his commitment to spread. Dude, the amount of sugar that Sour Boys has is like just under the amount that he can legally distribute. Like it's actually
That's
such
awesome.
a Texan business. It's not even funny.
Dude, I'm telling you, I love the Caleb character.
Wait, what do you mean just
development.
under the legal
No, I'm
amount?
fucking
'Cause
around.
there's
I don't know
very
what the
little.
thing is, but it's just
gotcha.
loaded. It's like I remember when we were talking about it. Like we just joked about it on the show. I'm like, what if we made like a healthy version of the candy?
He was like, no, never.
Candy. He's like, it's candy, bro. It's not supposed to be fucking healthy. Like, what the fuck?
Not
Is it
Pokemon
not kind of
cookies.
out of most candies? It would be closer to healthier than like a more processed.
Yeah, it'd be
mainstream
more
thing.
natural, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like less sugar. It's like what? It's like 7 grams of sugar per roll or something like
Yeah.
that. I may be mistaken, but that's pretty good, honestly.
Dude, whatever it is, the thing is, you can't compromise on flavor, bro. It's like the best fast food
No,
places.
yeah, exactly.
It's like, listen, I think McDonald's is the worst thing that you could, one of the worst things you could put in your body, actually.
Yeah.
But like, shit still tastes fucking good. It's like the Filthy Frank stuff, right? It's like, man, I don't go if they made chicken nuggets out of babies, but that shit tastes good. And I'm gonna keep fucking buying it. Like, what the?
Hot take: Chuck E. Cheese pizza is it's somehow at least my
you
local
just
one.
go there
It ain't too
and
bad.
relive FNAF shit in real life, don't you? You're like,
Genuinely.
I'm done looking at
I
this.
went there earlier. Yeah,
You went there earlier?
for B-roll. Yeah, not today, but like earlier this week. I went with another guy, a YouTuber named Systix. Actually, makes really cool like analog horror satire videos. But we went to my local Chuck E. Cheese to get B-roll because my next video is coming out like tomorrow. It's got like it's about a band who made a weird music video regarding Chuck E. Cheese, so I want like B-roll. And so we went at opening, just these two grown men walking around Chuck E. Cheese, eating pizza and playing video games. It was honestly, it was quite the time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was fun.
That security and watching you everywhere, didn't they?
No, you would expect that, right? But they didn't seem to care because it's like, I think they're so bankrupt at this point that it doesn't matter what, because they used to be like back in the 90s and 2000s, you wouldn't be able to be allowed into a Chuck E. Cheese if you didn't have a kid. Mm-hmm. But now they don't give a shit.
No, like come on in. No, we need that money.
Genuinely, they need it. It's like it's crazy. I was expecting something else. The woman at the front was just like, "Are you guys 18?" And we were like, "Yeah." And she's like, "All right." It was that easy.
Come on in, pal.
Yeah, but Chuck E. Cheese pizza, it's like junky fast food stuff, but it's on that same note. It's like it has a flavor to it that is it's satisfying somehow.
Does it?
And I'm a snob about pizza, so it's like
flavor?
You know.
Of course you have.
It does.
Of course you're a snob about pizza. You live in New York.
Exactly, which is why I should hate Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Maybe I'm just conditioned from childhood. I don't know.
Spiro's pizza, I think it's called. I don't know. I think it's called Spiro's. It's
Spiro's.
it's on Avenue J in Flatbush.
I don't think so,
Avenue J, you say?
Why?
No, I'm just saying Avenue J. The J's.
No, it's not even kosher pizza. It's not even. Why are you like this?
That's how I know you're not on social media most of the time, because anytime you have the word J.
God damn it, bro.
Dude.
Wait, what is going on? I'm lost.
No, you said
okay,
J,
alright.
so it was the Jew joke.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
Fucking, dude, I was watching this like Fallout TV review, bro. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this guy, I forget the name of it, but like this guy was covering it, and he was trying to say how it was like a woke TV show and shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
So
dude, I love those guys.
So this guy with the
Like
big,
a critical drinker kind of guy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen critical drinker stuff, but I assume is he whatever he is.
Yeah,
But
he's like one of
anti-woke
those
YouTuber.
anti-woke YouTube movie reviewers.
Well, this guy was this guy was like wildly insane. So like, so in the beginning of the show, you know how like the ghoul, he's married to like a black woman and shit, right? So they mentioned a divorce, and he's like, well, statistically, the lowest rate of divorce is between whites. I'm like, what the dude?
Okay, that's so much worse than I was imagining.
And
Bro,
then there was this
you know,
one
right
scene.
now people are going crazy in the Warhammer 40k community because the name of those soldiers, like, you know, the super soldiers that the Emperor created at some point in the Warhammer War?
Yeah.
Like they're the brothers of war, the sons of the Emperor,
Okay.
right? They're all like they were all males so far. It's like apparently they're introducing like female super soldiers, and people are like, no, they ruined everything.
They
It's like,
brought women into the game.
Women.
Hold on.
No.
What?
But there already are women super soldiers, aren't there? I played like a VR game with like there's like priests or no, like nuns
No,
or
I'm
something.
talking about like
that
a
are,
specific group of
chainsaws.
super soldiers where I don't think they're women. Now I am all for
Gotcha.
don't change the lore of something for that existed for a long time for your own personal whatever twist stuff. Like I think that's vandalism. Like that's artistic vandalism.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like this is not like such a big deal, I would think.
Right.
Right, it's adding something new, right? Like
I
it's
don't know.
kind of a different
I don't know.
deal.
I guess if it was canon that there were no women there, then I agree that there shouldn't be women there because don't change the lore. But ultimately,
Yeah.
as far as like putting in
Yeah.
crazy messaging and stuff into your video games,
Well, sometimes I feel like the people that cover that kind of content don't actually have any connection to that source material, like the Fallout guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
one of the wildest things about it too, the most insane shit that I had to see was like, so this guy with a big nose shows up, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, looks at him and is like,
Oh, no.
this big-nosed beta male, like fucking meek. Like he's like, basically just like
he's
might
not
as well just call him a
looks-maxing.
fucking-
He's
No,
not
he might as well
mewing
just-
with Riz.
Well, like where he was going with it is like he's just like this Jewish character is like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, like he's
That's
going
awful.
off the wall about it, and it was like,
It's
My
Well, like,
favorite one
you-
of those.
yeah.
My
yeah,
favorite
well,
one of
you
those
watch
was,
you
sorry.
watch the review, right? And it's like it's very evident. Like, I'm not the biggest Fallout fan in the fucking world, but I've played all the games. I know all, like, I know as much as you can reasonably expect somebody to just play the video games. And I don't know if there's a Fallout fucking novel. I don't know if there's a Fallout comic or like the you know, bubblegum wrappers that have extra lore tidbits. I don't give a but like I know enough about the games to know it. So I'm like watching this review. I'm like, this is literally written by a guy who just watched it to get mad. Like they didn't know.
Exactly.
Like they got mad at the idea of like communists. Like and this guy like they brought up the whole communist Red Scare shit. And I'm like, do you understand what the Fallout universe like is like? Like they're like, how do you do the 50s fucking like Red Scare? Like dudes, people don't fucking watch or consume the media. Like, they have no an idea about anything that's going on, and it's like, all right, I guess we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna kind of like, I guess, pretend that we're in here. And the same thing with like the Warhammer stuff too. It's like the people that I've watched about talking about war, like people that have played this shit for like 20, 30 years, you know, like they've been in the Warhammer mix. They're not even about it as much as the people that you would find on the traditional like YouTube algorithms, right? That are getting fucking absolutely ass mad. And I'm like, dude, it's just an entire market to get mad. Like even with the Sweet Baby Ink shit, right? When I'm like sitting over there, I'm like, my whole thing was you probably shouldn't be working for a diversity company if you hate one specific group of people, right? But then like it's not worth going into because the people you align yourself with are like genuinely some of the most like they actually do have hate in their heart about stuff. And it's just like you don't want to even be close to that. It's a tough balancing act if you want to have your morals and like you don't want your audience to kind of capture you in like a specific way, you know? Because I've always said it's worth losing subscribers and followers if it means you don't have to compromise on what you believe in as a person, right? Like that's
totally
bad.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
100%.
I'm with you.
I've noticed a kind of similar trend with my own some members of my audience, where they use kind of the you know, exposing these sort of rabbit holes like we were talking about earlier, as basically like a reason to hate gay people, essentially saying that the reason that these are up is part of the gay agenda to groom your kids. And it's like, and they're like, you know, I'm glad that this young man can like realize that. I'm like, I didn't say that. What the f*** are you talking about?
Yeah, when people put their own like words in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I saw this one comment that it was labeled like a green text. It was like formatted like one, right? So the little like
arrow,
you know,
be me,
yeah. So it was like, be me, watch this video, you know, like the content, Zoomer with good wits about him, watch more of his videos, see that he genuinely cares, blah blah blah, whatever. And then like accidentally open his merch tab, see pride flag. Like there's a couple stickers that a fan designed with like my character holding a pride flag. Completely innocent, cute little thing.
It's over.
Like sees pride flag.
You. You're pushing the
agenda.
agenda.
Oh my god, he was so mad. Yeah.
You're spreading
it's like
the
sees he's
message.
part of the brainwashed masses, unsubscribes, and it's like, fine, I didn't want you here in the first place. But like, damn, it's really interesting because I think certain types of content, like you were saying, it's kind of like about aligning yourself with the wrong people accidentally that feels bad. Because for myself personally, you know, I think it's good to be very outspoken. I think it's very good to make your beliefs clear and concise, whether people agree with them or not. You know, if you truly believe them.
See, I think it depends.
But
I don't think you always need to get your beliefs or whatever out and clear. And it depends on the content
depends on
you're
the subject.
making, right?
Yeah,
if you're making
definitely.
content diving into cursed kids shows, like I don't know if you need to be talking about some sort of geopolitical activism somewhere in the world that has absolutely nothing to do with what you're doing.
Oh no, not that. That's different.
I get it, but like that would be a belief per se, and even though
definitely,
I guess it all depends. Like I'm some idiot on the
Definitely,
internet.
yeah.
Like, no one needs to come to me for political advice.
Exactly. Yeah. What I more so mean is just kind of like, you know, it's more about if there's a subject that has some sort of weight to it, some sort of importance, it's good to be personally invested in the subject and really like make your beliefs clear, because I feel like it first of all is just good to, you know, if you're invested in something, to really kind of be honest about it. Because I something is a big pet peeve of mine is when people really like pussyfoot around saying things in videos when it's like, just say it. It's things with like, you know, language, sort of like the unalive sewer slide thing, but also just being so painfully partisan that it comes to a point of just you don't gain anything from the video, if that makes sense. That's one of my biggest pet peeves of YouTube is kind of nothing content where people just
where you don't actually have like any personality come through. An AI might as well have like made it, you know?
Because that's really
exactly.
what makes
it's like
a YouTuber
so
good.
Inoffensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like my favorite
is the YouTuber
people,
themselves.
Sorry to interrupt.
good.
favorite people. I think we have like a lag. I keep talking over you. I feel like there's my favorite thing is when the YouTuber guy, like, he'll go up there and he'll be like, it's like, that's pretty gay. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. Not trying to push a gay agenda or anything. Not saying that a gay agenda is a bad thing or anything. He'll have to correct himself 12 times. Like, he doesn't want he doesn't want to offend the homophobes. He doesn't want to offend gay people. He doesn't. He's gonna cover all of his bases.
It really it gets to a point too where I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I just feel like there's, especially in recent times with how polarized people become, there's such a surge of, like, it's not even centrist content. It's just like nothing content.
There's a lot
like
of
it's
that.
just talking about something and just basically you might as well be reading it off of Wikipedia, which has happened, right?
That happened a lot.
What most of commentary YouTubers are like, in all honesty, but. You know, that's a conversation for another time, I'd say.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting. And I think people often compromise their own viewpoints that make them interesting in an attempt to appeal to as wide amount of people as possible. Sure, that makes more money, but it's less interesting, at least in my personal opinion.
I think it depends. Like Mr. Beast, he talks about how he tries to dumb down his personality to be as relatable to as many people as possible. Like, he has said that. Like, that's on the one hand, but that works for him because people are watching him for
he's a game show
for the
host.
Grandiose game show.
Yeah.
They're not watching it for his personality. PewDiePie couldn't have gotten away with that. Moist Critical couldn't get away with that because he is the personality.
Exactly.
So it's whatever
many
that
of
works
the
for,
kings.
whatever works for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you
Of
saying
course,
it's
it's all
saying it's
contextual.
kind of like, and you could replace Mr. Beast with anybody else in his same channel, and as long as the fucking like videos are the same, like and throwing a $500,000 Ferrari into like a hydraulic press, it would work.
I mean, if he
honestly
wasn't
don't
that
know. That's a
recognizable,
good question.
I think it would, yeah, for sure. He has
Listen,
gone.
I want my YouTubers to be in Kung Fu Panda 4 with one line.
When he said
All right?
skadoosh,
That's what
I
I want.
was like blown away.
Bro, I swear to God,
Right?
if I ever catch any of you guys watching fucking Kung Fu Panda, I'm snapping your fucking necks right
Dude,
there.
I
At
watched
that point,
Kung
you
Fu
guys have
Panda
lost.
4 in
I
theaters.
watched it in theaters.
Last
Same
night.
here. Same here.
Last
You watched it in
night,
theaters
dude.
last night?
Yeah. And it wasn't
Bro,
bad. It wasn't great,
Bro,
but
are
it
things
wasn't
that
bad.
bad down there? Like, what the fuck?
It was all right.
No.
Mr. Beast was in
Mr.
it.
Beast was in it. He was the
He was
Wait,
in
no
it.
shit,
guy.
was you really?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. That's what I'm referencing.
Yeah,
he
he was
said skadoosh, and that's it.
What a fucking legend, dude.
Right.
What a legend.
People were so pissed about that too. It was really
Yeah,
funny.
people get pissed at everything.
There was like Twitter drama regarding the him being in the movie. People were like, "No one wants this." And he's got like one line in
You know, it's
a
crazy. That
2-second
one
scene.
line probably cost them a fair bit to get to, because it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you think
probably.
about it, it's like Mr. Beast. What isn't it like Jack Black is in the fucking movie now?
Yeah, he's the main
Yeah,
so
character.
he's like the main lead. Yeah, so it's like Jack Black's huge, but you know, Mr. Beast ain't fucking that far behind him in the grand scheme of things. If you
Dude,
throw
that
up his
cast-
face next to him.
That cast is all stars, bro. They have Jack Black, they have Seth Rogen
Yeah.
as Mantis, Jackie Chan as Monkey. Like they got Aquafina's the new Fox girl, whatever her name is, Jen.
Aquafina.
Yeah, no,
Like-
it was a stacked
like,
cast.
They're really naming
Bro.
characters after fucking bottles of water now.
True.
No, that's what the comedian. That's her name. Like that, or like her like stage name. It's
I
it's
don't
interesting.
know anything about her, but I know she's famous.
Yeah, I don't know either. She is for
I
some
know
reason.
she's famous.
Yeah, look, I honestly listen. If I get to the point where I'm doing YouTuber movie cameos, that's awesome. I'll say
Yeah,
skadoosh for
I'll-
free.
bro, I'll
Honestly,
say
just put me in the movie.
Hundo.
Yeah, for real. No, it's 100% worth it for that. But you know what?
Yeah.
I won't lie. You've exposed some rather graphic rabbit holes that I still have active on my
Literal rabbit
laptop
holes.
right here. Like it's.
Like I've seen a
like,
rabbit's
look,
holes.
The whole episode have just been like kind of scrolling down, looking through like
Yeah,
the
no,
fucking,
it's insane.
looking through the playlist, and I'm just like, there's just not stop.
No, it doesn't stop. Like if you have time at some point, I would recommend you check out the video I made on the topic, because it's just it's like all the information you need is in there. It took me like 3 months, but you know, it's worth it
Damn.
at the end of the day. Like this shit runs so deep. Is it sickening? Did I have to turn off my computer and walk outside multiple times? Yes, but it was worth it.
You know, I feel like this
like-
kind of stuff that
Yeah.
I'm looking at too. It's just like the thing about it is, it's like I wonder if you just opened up one of these videos, put on autoplay, and left and went to bed for like 8 hours. Because I don't know if you guys have ever had that with the YouTube autoplay shit, where like sometimes something runs, and then like by the time you wake up in the morning, it takes you to like the most analog horror out there.
Yeah, just like
1D level
insane
shit.
videos. Yeah.
I feel like this might be kind of like that. Like, I feel like if you go down here, you wake up and you get into some fucking weird, like, webcam video from blah 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 trading shit, which is
That's the true digital horror right there.
all right, boys. Well, we're gonna end this stuff over here. Thanks, Raymundo, for being
Alright.
on the show.
Yeah,
And
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for-
you very much.
That was great.
Thank you for exposing 18 plus content to me right now. I'm gonna be.
I got you. keep scrolling. You got an infinite supply, my friend. There you
Yeah,
go.
dude, it's like, you know. But thank you all for thanks for being here, man. And again, big thanks to Pavel for being here. Big thanks to you, Nux, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed today's episode of the podcast, let us know in the comment section below. This is all of us, and we are out.